Hi there guys, welcome to Vapourcore's YouTube channel. I'm the LDN Vapor, and today we're taking a look at the brand new Aspire kit, the Nautilus AIO. So guys, I'm going to give it a quick vape, show you how it performs, but just for you guys tuning in now, look down into our description to find that goodwill gesture code that you can go on www.vapourcore.com and use it at checkout for 10% off. So, let me give this a quick vape and show you how it performs. That is quite punchy. That was on the widest airflow slot that the Nautilus AIO kit has to offer. And as you can see, that was quite restrictive at first, but the flavor from this is actually beautiful. Let's get deep down into the review. What you will receive with your Aspire Nautilus AIO kit: full device with the pod inserted already, your micro USB charging wire, spare set of O-rings and your rubber grommet, your normal 1.8 BVC Nautilus coil, and then of course the revision of it, the 1.8 salt knit coil, which is deferred by the green O-rings there, the warranty card, and lastly your user manual. So guys, the device itself is a built-in 1000 milliamp battery. Then coming to the pod, of course, because we are in the UK and they're going through the TPD legislation, the pod is at the 2 mil capacity. It also can use the normal Nautilus BVC coils, which I think is great for a new device on the market. Press fit feature to take the pod out. Of course, the hygiene cover, it does come with a normal 1.8 ohm coil, and really nicely that they've added in that 1.8 revision for the nic salts, so that's a great spec of this. And guys, it does have a battery indicator. Also, the device fills from the bottom of the pod. The features of the Nautilus AIO, as I've mentioned a couple of these beforehand, it does have the press fit pod to where you have the 2 side buttons to clip it out of place. Clicking it back in now, this has a battery indicator. So basically guys, if you see it, if I click that now, it's going orange and blue, sort of purpley. That is showing me that the device is charged to 3.8 volts and higher. If it goes below this and it's 3.5 to 3.8 volts, then this will only flash blue when you click the fire button. And then of course, if it drops down below 3.5 volts, then the device will show an orange light, indicating that you do need to charge it to get that output performance of that full 12 watts. The device itself has a 1 amp charging output current, and the last feature of the device is of course that airflow ring on the bottom of the device there, where you can adjust it as you please. And that is all for features on the Nautilus AIO device. Pros and cons of the device. So guys, straight off the bat with this one from Aspire, thank you for those side buttons to clip the pod out. Previously on certain devices, which are just inserted pods, I have gone to take that hygiene cover off and the pod has actually come off as well, which has been quite a pain. So Aspire, thanks for that bit of technology there. Moving on to the second pro for me, I've been an avid user of the normal Nautilus tank. So of course, I do have those packs of coils. And the BBC ones are compatible with this, and they're the ones I do have. So at least I don't have to go and buy new coils for this device. So guys, just remember that they are compatible with the Nautilus BBC coils. The last pros is number 1, it is a really lightweight device. Really light to the point sometimes I do forget it is in my pocket. So yeah, that is a pro for me. Just personally, I do carry around a lot of things and I don't want my e-cig to add weight to that. My last pro, which is kind of subjective because I will get down to it in the cons, but it is that airflow ring. So of course, on most pod systems coming out in the market today, we have seen those variables which half don't and half do have that airflow control option. So with this one, Aspire, thank you, I love it. But now this is where we're going to drop down into the cons now, because I find that subjective. The reason I say that is having it fully wide open, I'm still getting quite a restrictive lung hit and I would personally prefer it a bit airier. The reason why is I do see that possibly Aspire could have manufactured it slightly wider, because it's still, when you close it off, it could still keep that tight mouth to lung draw, but yet if it was a bit wider, when you opened it up fully, you can get a deep straight to lung inhale from this. I don't find that as a con, because of course if it was slightly wider, it would cool down that coil and possibly preserve the life of it. So that's why I would say on that con, it is subjective. Then, the second con of this, I know a pro was that it was really lightweight, but I've noticed that certain times when you actually hold the device or press it, you can feel that plastic there bending in and out slightly. As we had also just reviewed the DV kit, you can see that the DV and the EQ pod system from Inakin has different wattage levels. And I think now with all the new technology and these new devices always coming out, I do think that that should be a mandatory feature on pod systems coming out now. So Aspire, maybe on the next new pod kit, please, if you can, add those different wattage selectors to the device itself. Let's show you how to fill up the Nautilus AIO and how to insert its coils. So guys, of course you will receive the Nautilus AIO just like so. So, if I turn it to the side, you will see that that hygiene cover is on the pod. The easiest way for me is literally pushing it a bit to the side, and there's your hygiene cap come off. Put that to the side, and then there's your pod. On the side here and the other side, we have these press buttons. All you need to do is click them both in, guys, and your pod will push up, just like so. So guys, grab your pod, take it out of the AIO device, put that to the side as well, and as you can see, there is your pod with that base there and that rubber grommet to fill that fill hole. Turn it to the other side just to show you airflow control ring. Grab the base of that airflow control ring and slowly anti-clockwise unscrew it from that pod, just like so. And for the purpose of this video, of course, I have taken it out of the box, and this device doesn't come with any of the coils pre-installed. So guys, put your base down, put your pod down, and then for today, I will be grabbing the 1.8 salt nicotine coil, which you can see has those green rubber O-rings on the bottom and is also stated on the chamber. Grab your coil, grab your base, and simply fit your coil into that base section there and slowly screw it in clockwise until it's firmly placed and it's sitting flush. Now guys, as you can see, I've just tightened that coil, and when you tighten this coil onto the base, it will always be wide airflow, which is good because then when you go to untwist it out of the pod, it will always set back to an open airflow, and then it will remind you to readjust. So guys, grab your pod now while that coil is inserted to the base, and simply insert it back into the pod, and make sure you don't cross thread it, and just clockwise screw that base back in with the coil. It's that simple. So for today's video, I'm going to be using Ombru's Mr. Pink in a 12mg salt nic. So let me just open this up, guys. Grab the top of your pod. You can see that rubber grommet. Grab the bigger part of the rubber grommet, as you have this smaller section which also comes out. Guys, it does get fiddly, so try not to take this part out. Grab that bigger rubber grommet and simply pull it out, just like so. Grab your e-liquid bottle, put it straight in there, and that's it. You can go ahead and fill up. Guys, the pod now is all filled. I don't know whether you can see it through the video there, but that is full. Place your rubber grommet back into that fill port. Let it sit for 5 minutes so that coil wicks nicely and grabs that e-liquid. And then of course, making sure that when I press my device it is off so I don't fire it. Yep, lovely. Insert that pod, put it back into the device and simply click it back into place. Guys, that is it for how to change your coil and how to fill up your pod. That is all for the AIO device itself. If you thought that this video was beneficial, please like it, share it, and of course if you want to see all the latest things we've got to show you, please subscribe to the channel now. That's all from me, the LDN Vapor, and the Vapourcore family here. So guys, until next time, stay off those cigarettes and carry on vaping.